Hey everybody, welcome to Insomnia with Nina Valdez, and as promised, tonight I am going to be outlining my deal breakers when it comes to dating. Now, just because these are my personal preferences and my personal things that are like deal breakers to me, doesn't mean that it's anything that's like necessarily wrong with you if this is not something that bothers you. It's just my own personal stuff, and it has to do with a lot of stuff that I've been through and just things that I do and don't enjoy. So first and foremost, the dude has got to love God with all his heart. He has to be a Christian. You know, if I didn't have any kids or didn't think that I would ever have any kids, I might consider being with somebody who was maybe not a Christian or was of another denomination or something like that, just because, like, I mean, I have my opinions about where you go after you die and all that stuff, and like how you get there. Obviously, I believe that the only way to get to heaven is through Jesus Christ, but if you don't believe that, then that's your business. I'm not going to try and talk you into it. I mean, I only can tell you what I believe, and God's going to have to convince you himself if that's what he wants to do. I know he did me. He absolutely convinced me. So starting out with super controversial topics. Number 2. He has to love any children that I have, or I have to love any children that he has, if that's the case. And like I've already said before, I don't even know if I could deal with that. I think it would have to depend on the person and the situation and whether or not there was all kinds of baby mama drama, like I said. And then he has to love my family, like my parents and my brother and sister and my just all my family. Like, they're so important to me. They've been there for me throughout my entire life, and he hasn't been. I mean, I know that sounds really bad, but it's like, you know, if you expect me to not put you like before them, because I think that depends on the situation too, but like, I don't know, like if you expect me to miss all kinds of birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that with them, it's like, I'm sorry, they're super important to me, and if you can't get on board with that, then I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. And I would totally do my best to try to be a part of his family as well, and I would hope that they would embrace me. And actually, I would love it if, like, our families got along really well and we could do, like, holidays and whatever together. That would be ideal to me. And if not, like, I don't know, I would be okay with going our separate ways on different occasions, like not super important holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving, obviously, but like 4th of July, like, I don't care. If you want to go spend time with your family, cool, I'll go spend time with my family. If it's not an option to do things together, that's fine with me. Like, I'm not the type of person who has to be with my significant other like every second. So I would not want somebody that was super clingy like that either. Like, I love, I would love for him to want to be with me, but if it's not going to work out without causing chaos, then I would rather just do what we need to do separately and then come back together later. Obviously, no drugs or STDs or alcohol addiction. That's actually a really big thing to me, and I've mentioned it a little bit before in my video where I was making my own vanilla extract. Like, that is the only alcoholic substance that comes into my home. That and like NyQuil. That's all. And that's the way I would like to keep it. Again, if I didn't have kids in the situation or wasn't planning on ever having other children in the situation, then it might be different, because I could deal with somebody drinking or whatever if they want. Like, that's a personal thing. But when you're doing it around my kid or bringing it in my home, and my kid is, you know, has the opportunity to find it or something like that, or see you drinking and think that that is okay or like healthy or, you know, whatever, that's not a good influence on them. And again, this is a personal preference. If that's not a big deal to you, then you do what you got to do. It's you and your kids. But for me, I grew up in a home where alcohol was not allowed, and I am so thankful. I have enough addictive issues with just like normal everyday stuff. So to have to deal with something like that could cause so much pain and heartache and just devastation, which I've seen with my own eyes. Like, I've never ever in my life seen anything good ever come from alcohol. Like, not even one drink. Never seen anything good from it. Sorry, that's pretty emotional topic for me, because I've seen people in my family and amongst friends of our family just absolutely destroyed because of alcohol, and I've seen people's children be destroyed because they thought that it was okay to drink around them, but you don't understand like the influence that you have, and that those kids are looking at you and they don't realize that you were having one drink maybe. They think, oh, mom and dad or uncle so-and-so or whatever thinks it's okay, so I guess it's okay for me. And they are going to take it to the extreme, because that's just how leading and following goes. Anyway, like I said, if it's not a big deal to you, you do you. But for me, that is a huge deal breaker. Now, this one I know is like gonna be super difficult, because like everybody tells me all the time, like, why don't you go out to like a baseball game or something like that to meet guys. I go places that I think I would find people who would share my same interests. Plays, movies, like charity events and stuff like that. I have zero interest in sports. I do not care. I watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. That is the only sports game that I watch the entire year. That's the only game that I ever want to watch the entire year. I don't want somebody sitting around my house watching sports all the day. I cannot deal with that. I know that sounds totally nuts, and people are usually like, yeah, you're never gonna find a guy or he's gonna be gay. So yeah, well, I'll take my chances. On that same sort of line of thinking though, I would like to be with somebody who wants to attempt to be healthy. Like, they don't have to be thin. I don't care. Like, you could be like a 300-pound person, and as long as you are doing the best you can to be healthy, and you know, you're at least trying to work out and eat healthy and stuff like that, then that is that's what's important to me. As long as you are doing the very best that you can to be healthy. I cook really healthy food. I put vegetables in everything, and I love to cook, but a lot of my family members gripe about that I put vegetables and stuff all the time. And it's like, I'm sorry, I want our family to be healthy. So, or, you know, I mean, if you've seen any of my videos about my recipes and stuff that I do, I try to take like the stuff that you love, like chocolate chip cookies or chicken and dumplings or whatever like that, and I try to make it as healthy as I can. And I would like to be with a guy that is cool with that, like, and that he cooks really healthy, really good, like comfort food and stuff like that too. I would love to be with a guy that can cook and anyway, yeah, is into healthy foods. And that brings me into working out. I would love to have a guy that I can, you know, that can be my workout buddy. That would be so awesome. That's like something that, I don't know, it would be so awesome. Like I said, I go to charity events and stuff quite a bit. I love to do charity 5Ks and stuff like that. I even did a half marathon, and I would love to have a guy that would do that with me. But I am super, super slow. Like, I have no interest in running them at all. I'm a power walker, and I would love to have a guy who would either walk them with me, or that, you know, if he's a runner, great, you know, like I said, I don't care. You could be 120 pounds or 300 pounds, whatever, do you, as long as you're trying to be healthy and it looks good on you, you know, whatever. But, you know, if he wanted to run the whole course and then come back around and walk in with me for however much I have left, that would be awesome. That would be like a dream come true for me. Another, let's see, I have like 2 or 3 more. I told you, I have so many deal breakers, it's sad. Well, another one is that, you know, it's a deal breaker if I can't just chill around them. Like, I have my hair up in a messy bun, I have a tank top on, you know, you just saw my bra strap, sorry about it. Stuff like that. Like, if you make a big deal out of stuff like that, or if you can't just like hang out in the house with sweatpants and a tank top on or whatever, like, I'm sorry, that's too much. I can't deal with somebody who has to be dressed to the nines like every single minute of the day. That's just annoying. Like, calm down, please. Like, if I can't snuggle up with you on the couch and just chill and watch a movie and drink hot tea or hot chocolate or whatever without being afraid that I'm gonna mess up your clothes or getting poked by your belt or, you know, your accessories, or you got your shoes on in the house, I mean, that, number one, that's just annoying and rude. And number 2, like, why do you have your shoes on in the house? That's so weird. So anyway, yeah, just, I need somebody to chill with. And I don't mean that in the stereotypical Netflix and chill, like, at least not until after we're married. So, other than that, I need somebody that is going to pursue me. Like, that, I guess that's the last one. But it's super important. Like, guys these days just don't do that. They don't try. They don't ask a girl out. They don't pursue. And, you know, I subscribe to the rules and act like a lady, think like a man, and he's just not that into you. Those are like my rule books for dating, and all of them basically say that if a dude likes you, he's gonna try to be with you. He's gonna do whatever he has to do to get you to go out with him. He's gonna abide by your rules as far as like not trying to get in your pants before marriage and stuff like that. So yeah, like, I have to be pursued by a guy. If you're just gonna like stand in the corner and smile at me, great, you know. I might even really like you. But nothing's ever gonna come of it because I'm not gonna ask you out. I think that's the man's job, and I know that's totally anti-feminist in this day and age, but that's how I feel. Like, I'm not gonna ask a guy out if he doesn't like me enough to want to be with me. Then he obviously just doesn't like me that much. So those are my deal breakers for dating. I'm sure there's something that I missed, but those are the only ones that I could think of at the moment. So yeah, if you're out there, hit me up. So I love you guys. I don't know how productive my insomnia was at the moment, but you know, whatever. I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk that out with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you have any other like super big deal breakers that you have, or maybe some deal breakers that someone might think was weird or something like that. Nothing inappropriate, please. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope your insomnia is as productive as mine. Try to get some sleep.